Today we've got the toy that parents up and down the country cannot stop talking about. This is the Jurassic World Primal Hatch interactive hatching T-Rex egg, and honestly this might be the most sought after toy this Christmas. It's gone completely viral. I'm seeing mums in Facebook groups doing full on treasure hunts trying to find one before they sell out again. These first came out back in September, but as Christmas gets close they're just disappearing from the shelves. Picked mine up at Smith's and it cost $44.99. So yes, it's definitely on the pricier side, but for a big interactive toy like this, you sort of expect it to be more of a premium purchase. The packaging is so bright and colourful, and that big shiny egg on the front, honestly, any dinosaur obsessed child is going to lose their mind when they see this. If your little one is anything like ours, you'll already be imagining them tugging at your arm like, "Mom, please can we hatch it now?" Inside, the egg is packaged really securely. It's held in place with a whole bunch of little string ties, so little ones are definitely going to need a hand with this part, and maybe a pair of scissors nearby. It takes a bit of teamwork to get it free. But to be fair, nothing's rattling around at all. It feels like they've really thought about protecting it, and the egg itself looks and feels really impressive straight out of the box. At this price point, I'm hoping the interactivity lives up to the hype, but just from holding it, it already feels like a proper event toy, not one of those 5-minute wonders. I'll speed this part up a little because it does take a minute to free the egg, but honestly, the suspense kind of adds to the excitement. Right, now the real fun begins. We've finally got the egg out of all its packaging and it's ready to hatch. Before we start though, here's a little tip I really wish I'd known earlier. The egg only starts hatching when you remove the plastic plug underneath and then knock on it, so don't panic if you bump it during the unwrapping. As long as the plug is still in place, absolutely nothing will happen. I was tiptoeing around with it in the car thinking one tiny wobble and the dinosaur was going to burst out on the motorway. So once you're ready, you just take off the little plastic seal and then give the egg 3 knocks. And that's when the hatching begins. Straight away the sounds start. Little movements from inside, loud cracks, proper snapping noises, and honestly, it's really dramatic. When the dinosaur finally breaks through, the roar is surprisingly loud. I actually jumped. A quick heads up for parents, it can be quite an intense moment. Younger children might find the noise and the shaking a bit full on. Even I thought, wow, this is a lot. And as the egg cracks open, you get this really slimy, stringy texture inside the shell. Kids are going to absolutely love that part. It gives such a gooey creature hatching feel. It definitely adds to the realism and the whole ew factor that kids go mad for. Watching it fight its way out is honestly amazing. You can see the shell breaking more and more with each movement. It really does feel like you're witnessing this little dinosaur hatching into the world. hatching process finishes, you'll hear this really dramatic music start playing, and that's your signal that the dinosaur is done breaking through the shell on its own. At that point, it won't crack any more pieces by itself, so you'll need to step in and gently snap off a few of those loose bits of eggshell to help free him. Don't worry, they come away really easily, and you're not going to damage anything. Once you've cleared away the excess and lifted him out, you'll find his little tail tucked inside the egg. It simply clicks onto the back, really straightforward, and then he's completely ready to play with. So the setup after hatching is actually really simple. Remove the last few shell pieces, click on the tail, and that's it. Your little T-Rex baby is officially born and ready for action. Now inside the original packaging, you'll also find this little yellow sealed bag, so don't throw anything away too quickly, it's easy to miss. Inside you get two accessories. First is this cute little squidgy piece of meat, which you use to feed the dinosaur. And you also get this clicker. This is what you use to get the T-Rex's attention to interact with it during play. It's basically like your way of communicating with him and triggering different reactions. So once you've got the tail clicked on and these accessories ready, your little dinosaur is fully set up and ready for all the fun features. Now once your T-Rex is out of the egg and ready to go, this is where all the interactive fun really starts. The dinosaur actually has several different sensors built into it, and each one triggers a different behaviour. You've got sensors on the front, back, head and tail. And each of those spots makes it react in its own little way. But just a warning for parents, if you approach it from behind, it gets startled. It'll jump and get a bit mad, which honestly made me laugh, but it could definitely surprise a younger child, so maybe introduce it gently at first. The eyes are a big giveaway for its mood as well. When the eyes turn green, that means you've done something it likes. It's happy, it's calm, and it's enjoying the interaction. There's also a little button on its tongue, and this one's really cute. When you press the tongue down, the dinosaur will sniff and eat whatever you're feeding it. That can be the squidgy red meat that comes in the bag, or honestly, kids will probably try to feed it anything they can find in the toy box. The sniffs, chomps and growls make it feel really alive, and once you know where all the sensors are, you start to understand its little personality. Now the main way you interact with the T-Rex is actually through this little clicker. This is basically how you get its attention and how you activate all of the different games and behaviours. When you click once, the dinosaur will turn towards you and the eyes will go green, which means you've got its attention. Then, if you click again, it should enter game mode. You'll see the eyes start cycling through different colours. That's how you know it's ready. Once the eyes are cycling, you're supposed to gently stroke the dinosaur's head to move between different games. The instruction manual lists quite a few of them. Things like protection mode, where the T-Rex will actually guard whatever item you place behind it. It sounds really fun on paper, but I do have to say, I did find this part a little tricky. I'm not sure if I wasn't doing the steps quickly enough or in exactly the right order, but I struggled to get it to do anything other than the very first game, which is Dino Dance Party, where it plays music and does a little dance. Super cute, but I did expect switching games to be a little bit easier. So just a heads up for parents, younger children might find this part quite frustrating. The sequence, click to get attention, click again for game mode, wait for the colour cycle, then stroke the head, it can be a little bit fiddly. Older kids will probably figure it out after a few tries, but little ones may need some help getting it into the right mode. Still, when it works, the dancing game especially is really fun and definitely gets a big reaction. Overall, I have to say I'm really impressed with the Primal hatch egg. From the moment you take it out of the box, it feels like a proper premium toy. The packaging, the weight of the egg, and how securely everything is put together, it all matches that higher price point. Nothing about it feels cheap or flimsy, and that does give you confidence when you're buying something special for Christmas morning. But the real star of the show is the hatching experience. I honestly didn't know what to expect before we tried it, but it completely surpassed my expectations. The noises, the movement, the cracks forming, the dramatic roar, it's such a memorable moment. This is the kind of things that kids will absolutely be buzzing about. They'll tell their cousins, they'll tell their grandparents, every friend at school. It's genuinely magical to watch, and I can see exactly why these eggs are flying off the shelves. The dinosaur itself is fun, expressive, and surprisingly engaging. Once you get the hang of its senses and understand its little quirks, what makes it happy, what makes it cross, how to feed it, how to get its attention, it actually has a really charming personality. There's lots for kids to discover, and it encourages them to experiment and interact rather than just pressing a single button and watch it do the same thing over and over again. The only thing to be aware of is that some of the advanced features, especially the game mode with the clicker, do take a bit of practice. Older children will get the hang of it, but younger ones might need a bit of help at first. That said, once you've unlocked those features together, it becomes a really fun shared experience. So for us, this definitely feels like a standout Christmas toy. It's well made, it's immersive and exciting, and it delivers a moment that kids won't forget. If you're looking for something that's big and interactive that really brings out the wow factor, this one absolutely hits the mark. And just to show you how much we genuinely love it, we've actually picked one up for our boys for Christmas. I can't wait for them to hatch their very own T-Rex and experience that magic for themselves. If there's any toys on your little one's Christmas list that you'd like me to pick up and review, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.